the killing stroke here, the killing stroke hero for the entire team. Granger is an absolutely fantastic pick. I really wanted to bring up before they pick, but the last man is going to be Jawhead, and I'm comfortable with that. Now you can see both the team a little bit more control, a little more utilizing on what they realized that was weak from the previous game. Now it just comes down to who actually catches who first in this case.
And of course, now it's time for us to actually head back in towards the land of Dawn here to see whether or not will this be the final game between Team Bosskurr as well as Notorious Village. If Team Bosskurr actually takes this entirety of the series, or KOLIA would still have some surprises in store for us to actually make a big comeback for Notorious Village to head towards game number 3.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're going to be going into the land of the dawn, possibly either the last game or the comeback round for our dear friends. Let's see how well Team Bosskurr is going to go against Team Notorious Villains on after we witness another round of a fantastic cinematic view coming from our production team.
Now, of course, stage is set. We are going to be welcoming more of these players here and towards this entirety of the beautiful map that has been revamped, revitalized. Prince is going to be walking down memory lane. While Doggo is going to be chasing over the flying bird by the corners of the river. While this is going to be Envy here securing the red buff before heading in towards those lanes to be secured. But now it seems like Team Bosskurr has already been a little bit dimmed down, as some of these members of Notorious Villains are a lot more wary of what's at stake here. So a little bit of an attempt coming from Kaja, but it will be spotted out by ZARAKI. So it's better make a move from here as LEIXIA as well as SAKURAAA to secure their buff over the left side of the jungle.
Oh, careful, KOLIA does get a couple of gets punished, not really say major punishment, but he did get traded a little bit there because he was literally walking into uncharted territory where he wasn't supposed to be in. But anyway, EARLS still having the time of his life, going to be using the smart missile to try to do as much damage as possible. But he's going to be walking right into EARLS. He's going to be using ejector as well. This is exactly what I'm saying as well. One level advantage actually just makes the entire difference here. Smart missile going to be progging in. He was able to connect one, but not the rest, sadly. And because of this as well, forcing KAIZERJIN to fall back, they were able to take a free crab for themselves, because we all know how annoying that Uranus is going to be as they try to contest for that crab.
Yeah, much better start for the side of Envy this time around, and I'm looking at them hitting the level 4s really soon, as they've been learning around the level 3 mark already. But KOLIA, of course, still looking for that catch. He's about to actually hit for level 3. There we go. As we are looking at Prince here. So shoving in the waves. Early game, we see Bull definitely causing a little bit more disruption. Oh, look at the commitment though. EARLS just having a little bit more shield to actually work with as he will still stay alive.
So that was actually so close, by the way. SAKURAAA, beautiful initiation coming in with his first kill and following up with the bouncing ball. KOLIA will be able to try to get out of that situation with the perfect match. Thankfully, he had that skill off cooldown as well. That allows him to survive that kind of onslaught, because let's be honest, if he didn't have that perfect match at that perfect timing, he actually might have been going down here and becoming first blood.
Yes, I would say that definitely would be the case, as we are now looking at EARLS as well as XIAN just slowly farming their way. In terms of goal, yes, the gap is not really all too huge whatsoever. Scott and the rest of Bosskurr will be able to actually take the Little Wanderer while the Turtle is pretty much up online. So what's really happening over the top side?
Yeah, but be careful. Currently, right now, everybody has their ultimate. Everyone is pretty much level 4, level 5 at this point. EARLS trying to do a little bit more damage towards KAIZERJIN, but KAIZERJIN, on the other hand, had other decisions. He's like, hey, man, since you like to hurt me so much, it's time for my turn to be throwing out the punishment. Fatal Lane is going to be pulling him all the way back. That's going to allow Prince to get that first blood for this team here, but KAIZERJIN still very healthy, doing quite the amount of damage. XIAN just trying to divert as much attention as possible with the Ring of Order, and will be able to save and allow KOLIA and Juan to get out of that situation alive.
Now Bosskurr will be able to actually take this turtle for free, and of course they're going to be going to their respective lanes. But it seems to be pretty much fair. 1 kill, and of course for that turtle, yeah, you can say it's an even trade, but then again, more turtles to come. This will definitely be very punishing for the side of NV. We're going to be looking at another pause coming in Sorry for any sort of technical difficulties that we are actually facing for today. I'm pretty sure that our producers are working at it, and of course, we want the smoothest of experience, not just for you guys, but most importantly, the players that are playing the tournament, because a lot is at stake right now for everybody. Because, you know, both teams here have lost 0-2 to the previous matchups where we saw Alter Ego, as well as even earlier as well, there was a matchup where we saw Bosskurr, of course, fighting alongside EVO's Singapore. So this is another Singapore team that they are facing. Like, you know, it's a very different preparation as compared to, you know, fighting against EVO. So imagine how much homework they have to do with it each week.
Yeah, definitely for sure. A lot of homework, a lot of practice coming into the mix here. But now, like, just looking back at the drafting of this game, right? Like I said before we enter the game, way more, like, it's a more comfortable drafting which we commonly see. But I mean, definitely it's not common to see like two assassins, no frontliners, just like an Xbox and a Kufra going head to head with each other. Definitely not common for us to see, but I feel a little bit more comfortable with this drafting. Everyone definitely knows what they were missing out, what they needed to bring into this fight. And also we saw a couple of clashes, even though yes, it's still the early part of the game. They managed to earn first blood, but the game is still not over just yet, because even though they scored the first blood, they risked losing their entire team. Everyone was so low. Thankfully XIAN, who was the Kaja, was actually nearby, trying to divert as much as possible, like just give the presence like, hey, I'm here, I can do quite the amount of damage to one of your teammates, so try to look on me more. And the thing is when that happens, everyone's priority starts changing, because they'll be like, oh, the Kaja is here, they are running away, let's try to get this guy. But Kaja also already made, XIAN wasn't too greedy about it. He did overstay his position. He literally started backing off after he done what needs to be done, and that's pretty much everyone gets out scot-free. But that ends up, of course, risking the turtle for sure.
Yeah, of course, it's kind of like a risky attempt coming in from there. But of course, for those of you guys back at home, still chilling, and you know, sometimes you complain about data coverage or anything at all. If you guys are having so much problem, there's only one solution: just switch to YouTube. I mean,
that's the only thing you can do actually.
If my words don't convince you, there's so much offers going on from YouTube where if you switch today, you get 5 GB of free data. You don't have to do anything, just sign up. And of course, guarantee no regrets. And you know, if you think, okay, 5 GB too little for me, you can actually switch to YouTube. But and of course, enjoy the latest promos where you can get 20 GB data for just 20 ringgit, and so much more. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We don't want to go through the entire list of the goodies.
Yep, too many.
You just have to download the app. And of course, do you know what's the best part about YouTube?
Yeah,
like,
what's the best part?
If you're looking for a sim, and now it's like your COVID-19 and struck some of us, like maybe it's inconvenient for you guys to go out, they will send the SIM card right to your doorstep. That's like
first-class delivery service, man.
That's like the best service. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, definitely for sure. And of course, like, still so many great deals coming from YouTube and Moon too. We gotta really give a great shout out to both of these amazing companies for allowing not allowing all you viewers to actually watch such a spectacular game, but also allowing all of these 4 nations worth of professional teams to get together to showcase their skill to the world internationally. Like, not many teams get that kind of opportunity. So it's pretty cool coming from the side of them as well. But man, this is actually going to be a very intense last game. Like, by the way, bless you, my friend. I mean, God already bless you all the time.
Yeah, of course, appreciate it. Well, don't worry about me. It's just the room seems a little bit cold.
Yeah,
yeah, you know, like lights and sounds.
In most cases, like if Gideon was here, I'm pretty sure he would say like, try reading the room. I don't think you guys can read the room because there's like we have an amazing caster desk and everything in the background. You know?
Yeah, definitely appreciate every moment that we can actually share on the desk. But you know, this matchup, Envy now being pushed on backpedal their way throughout all the dirt. They really got to find a way to claw themselves out of this. But the question is, you know, this sort of a decision making so far, things are looking pretty much much better than game number 1 for sure. But hey, speaking of games, we are back up online. Of course, thank you very much for waiting on us as we are continuing on with Team Bosskurr here versus Notorious Villains. Only one kill has occurred throughout this, with Prince securing the very first one in the back.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And it was actually a pretty close one too as well, but different. Let's look towards this bottom lane tower as well. They know the majority of the members actually going towards that top side. They're going to be trying to get this tier 1, and that's going to be the first tier 1 tower of the game for today. Sorry, not for today, for this game. As they slowly rotate themselves towards this mid lane, but SAKURAAA are going to be a little bit more careful because of the way the Dragon of ZARAKI is going to be ensuring that KOLIA, once again, is going to be regretting walking in front of Joe again. But still, now going to be down to a 4v5. Now everyone starts big. You can see like every time they lose a member, right? On the side here of Team Notorious Villains, they back off. They start playing a little bit more passive. And I think this is literally not the best thing for them to do here, because these are the kind of games where being passive actually gets you killed. You need to really take the risk here, take the chance of trying to get the kill, because if you play a little bit too safe, you have that thought, that hesitation.
If you want to win, you really just got to think like a champion. You need to know how to actually get ahead of your enemies instead of waiting for the sky to fall in your lap. You know, like that's a very Malaysian saying. You know, like,
oh wow!
Or moons falling on your lap or stuff like that. But over the top side, though, the dive was successful for the side of Bosskurr, as they will be able to actually take one turret off. So things are pretty much even scores for the side of Team Bosskurr as well as Notorious Villains. But of course, they do have one extra kill, therefore a little bit more of that difference in terms of the goal. Now, I really want to see Hua, of course, contributing to a lot of all these sort of kills.
Yep.
But he's, of course, playing from a distance, as there will be a little bit more of that Wave Dragon on the side. And yeah, so Raki's going to secure one back.
Instantly got by anyway. KOLIA is going to be trying to see whether she has a chance to follow up with any follow-up skills with his ultimate, but it's not going to be needed though, because everyone already dispersed. Because coming from the side of Team Bosskurr, they're not too greedy. They know they got to kill, they know they got their objectives. Let's not be too greedy, let's fall back, because the entire team is going to be converging on towards their location. And we can compare as well among the two marksmen here between Prince and LEIXIA. Currently, they both have the exact same level. We pretty much tell that both of these marksmen is definitely doing their job properly, getting up the farm, getting up all the EXP level and gold which they need to go for this fight here. But KOLIA once again is going to be caught up by SAKURAAA with the Tyrant, as he goes with the Tyrant Revenge as well. Sally coming out before he goes, now going to be falling out with the Fatal Links. But Sally, there's going to no follow up into that situation on that two-man link, as it will reposition as well.
Yeah, I saw KOLIA was really setting up a perfect one, but the rest of the members of Envy was a little bit far away for any sort of follow-up. They were also brought down low. Speaking of bringing down low, they're going to be bringing down. They're going to be bringing XIAN out of the game for a tad.
Oh man!
Well, KAIZERJIN, what exactly you're doing right here? You're supposed to make a run for your life, but you know, Uranus can hold just for a little bit, and he has to let go.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Really unfortunate, but Telly is going to be SAKURAA's turn, as he's going to be running into the face of KOLIA. And my god, it's quite the amount of damage he actually done as well during that one-to-one confrontation. But he's not going to be too greedy, because he knows his team is actually sort of nearby. All LEIXIA just wants to do, get that blue buff, get out of that location, because he knows every buff, every jungle camp he steals from the opponent, that literally just minimizes their chances of them climbing up towards this game. And pretty much, as you can see, LEIXIA's already level 11, getting ready to go into the mix here. Scott, as usual, even though he is also a marksman, trying to do as much harass as much as possible with the KOLIA, because we all know how dangerous that wolf is, and quite a nuisance as well. As not only is he able to do quite the amount of damage, but he can also lock down, and that one lockdown may just be enough for them to actually take an opportunity. By the way, beautiful, KOLIA is going to be jumping to the mix here, going to be with the metal link, but it's going to be only catching SAKURAAA alone, and SAKURAAA will actually still be alive. LEIXIA is still doing the amount of damage towards KOLIA and Sally, even though he was able to pull out the metal link, but it was only able to catch one person and Kupra.
Yeah, I would say that KOLIA definitely suffered a little bit of a tough time here.
Oh yeah.
While over the bottom side, KAIZERJIN just caring about getting this push being done. Scott's going to be joining him from the corner of the brush, while EARLS should be able to actually hold on. But ZARAKI, though, he's actually overextending. This does not really seem to be a good sign, but ZARAKI definitely has enough mobility to just, you know, dash across the river, dash across the jungle. So no issues whatsoever for the side of Team Bosskurr for now.
Right, currently, like, now Turo's gonna be respawned soon again. We see Team Bosskurr just slowly but surely getting more control of the jungle as they slowly try towards that middle barrier in that middle lane. Second Turo will fall towards the Team Bosskurr once again, but coming on the side here, KAIZERJIN gets a little bit too far, gets a big hit, but he is a Uranus, he's quite tanky. Finally, is gonna be committed to try to get the kill as well, followed by the Divine Judgment as well. Now in this situation where Team Notorious Villains will be trying to fight into this team fight without two of their major spells, and SAKURAAA, the Kufra especially, trying to see if he has an opportunity to link up and try to engage once again with that Tyrant Revenge. Will jump into the mix here, but Prince was able to read that situation and fall back before SAKURAAA actually falls up with the Tyrant's Revenge.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Hua's Abyssal Arrows. It's a little bit far-fetched actually. Like I'm looking at his position. He could definitely utilize some better angles from there because he's already inside of the jungle. Yet again, another pause. We're getting a little bit impatient as well.
Yeah,
but we hope that we can actually stay calm all together.
I mean, pretty much. Let's be honest, guys. What they can do is actually switch to Udo, which is powered by Telkom. They experience the craziest and wildest 5G coverage in Malaysia. They should really do that.
Yeah, of course. Then they won't really be having issues from all this stuff. But you know, we are gonna be getting ourselves back in the game as soon as we can. Once again, we humbly apologize for that. We'll just be waiting on the cue of the production team, and then of course, if they do give the green light, we'll just be having it play through for sure. So. We're not too sure entirely whether if it's a Bosskurr side or even Notorious Villains. This is the sort of the stuff that, you know, when we do carry off online tournaments. So these are some of these things can be very hard to solve as well, especially when it comes down to let's just say the most common one, internet issues, or if you are at a LAN event, most of them are connected to LAN, and, or certain things are actually provided by the organizers or so. When it comes down to, you know, online play, of course you have different nations playing it.
Correct.
Latency itself could be something that can actually affect them because they are kind of apart. But then again, Malaysia as well as Singapore, it's just a couple of hours away.
Correct. And also just want to point out as well, like, really thank you guys so much, like all our viewers as well, just being super patient as well. And I can't even stress enough for all the supporters as well over in the Indonesia side as well, because we're having foreign nation actually watching us right now, watching all these games, watching us regardless whether it's the English stream, the Indonesian stream, or the Myanmar stream, or the Malay stream. Basically everyone is on it, really patient with this game as well. But like, just coming back, like, just like, you know, besides like thank you guys and everything, I'm apologizing, coming back towards the game, like you did say, like, not sure who's gonna be having who's having the advantage at this point. But if you ask me from what I last seen before like this situation, I noticed that definitely Team Bosskurr had us, even though it's sort of similar, it seems like it's similar, but Team Bosskurr is slowly gaining the advantage bit by bit. They had a slight goal lead. They're slowly getting a little bit more control of all the jungles on all the lanes as well. Even when it comes to the team fight, although yes, they have a slight lead, but that doesn't mean it's not salvageable. Team Notorious Villains still has a chance to make that one play for themselves here, try to make that comeback and try to balance it out, or maybe try to even get one up over Team Bosskurr. But they just need to make the right plays, especially KOLIA needs to try, because for the last 3 team fights, KOLIA wasn't really, I mean, sure, he was on point with the fatal links initiation, but there just wasn't anyone there to follow up with the damage. And by the time also, and the worst case, after he uses his ultimate, he gets picked off, and now the rest of the team has no choice but to fall back. Because not only did they just lose their shot of one member, the rest of the teammates already has come to reinforce and reposition itself in a way which is suitable for them and not for Team NV.
Yeah, for me, I think Team Bosskurr already know pretty much the ins and outs of you know, how exactly they handle NV. Even though the draft might seem a little bit daunting.
Correct.
Of course, the allow through Selena does not mean that, you know, not every single player is extremely proficient in playing Selena, for sure, right? So there are times where it's really down to its preference. Unless you're talking about like some teams from the Indonesian side, like EVOS Legends, who practically have so many members that can play just about anything, which is why like they trust Zay so much. Where like Zay just does all the drafting. Like he just go and pick. Okay, I'm gonna lock this in for everyone, and I expect you guys as a professional to know how to actually play it.
Yeah.
Of course, that comes with a coach in the team, but if not every single team out there can afford a coach that can actually got them all along the way. But of course, they will still have to try the best with or without the coach. Now, back towards the game we go.
Yeah, definitely for sure. You can see a majority of them like slowly converging towards the top side because they really want to see if they can try to make things happen as well. And I love that SAKURAAA like charging up as well. And I'm pretty sure like maybe at that point we see EARLS like XIAN has a little bit of a mixed feelings because he felt like someone might be in that bush. But anyway, KOLIA, beautiful Metallic this time going to be able to catch, only able to catch SAKURAAA here at this point. Damage has to be done, and KOLIA will be forced to back off. But just so much damage is going to be piling upon as LEIXIA is just constantly blasting him away, and Death Sonata and he had to commit that Death Sonata to actually get that kill on EARLS. But that kill was just enough because literally in exactly 23 seconds, the Lord is going to be spawning. So, of course, by the time the Lord gets spawned, EARLS will be coming out, but more battles happening over the place. I thought KOLIA was able to get out of that kind of situation, but sadly gets caught, but still able to escape that treacherous situation.
Yeah, so far he has been going in and out of those battles, hoping to actually connect yet another Fatal Links, but I'm just waiting for them to really pull the trigger perfectly. So they're waiting for Prince to pop up, they're waiting for Hua to actually land those arrows, and this could be a pretty good time. Like, we're looking at quite a number of members here diving all the way in towards the lower pit, but it seems like XIAN got caught, and the Kaja could not even move an inch. So Team Bosskurr is going to be able to actually secure this Lord right here, and this goal difference is starting to amount to nearly 10k.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And of course, don't forget, since they already got the Lord as well, they will have the opportunities, and not just even having the Lord. Each of the, if you see on the minimap as well, all 3 lanes is being pushed out. Every lane is going to be pushed out as well, and alongside with the Lord as well, paired with all the members of Team Bosskurr, they are going to be so aggressive and possibly might just seal the deal in this game.
Yeah, and of course, if we really do look at NV side, they actually went into the jungle, and maybe it was Sen actually suffering because we saw him actually going inside the bush, and he didn't really even initiate with a the Divine Judgment or so, and unfortunately he faltered. We're not really entirely sure. We're just making assumptions here. But of course, it's best not to actually make it because we don't really know what exactly is actually going on. But of course, we understand your frustrations right there. We hope you guys stay calm and collected. We ourselves as the casters, we also really want to perform at our best level. But of course, sometimes there are some things that are unavoidable. So hoping to actually see how exactly would this game end up. So long pauses, it's going to be changing a little bit more of those sort of momentum for some of these players for a little bit. But hey, I'm pretty sure that they've been through so many tournaments and stuff. They have faced so many different kind of challenges. This is just one small part of it.
Very, very small, but also the most annoying part of it as well.
Agreed.
And the thing is this, right? Like, just want to add on, like, just like you were previously talking about the Kaja then. Like, sure. It's not, I guess it's not really assuming. It's just more like we're just trying to predict, like, what is the game plan? What kind of opportunity is he trying to go for? Because how we casters actually try to work is when we see the kind of situation, we'll be thinking, what kind of priority, if I was a Kaja player, what would be my priorities? Who is my objective? What do I want to go for here? And in most of the cases here, I'm just gonna try to tell that most of the time he's trying to commit the Divine Punishment more towards LEIXIA, because LEIXIA is the only one that's actually dishing out the highest and crazy amount of damage. It's the only one that's actually shredding a majority of this team.
Speaking of damage here, seems like they're going to be going for the fight. KAIZERJIN is looking for that fight. It will be a Fatal Links coming from KOLIA, but once again, no more follow-up coming in. And it will be EARLS just trying to actually back away Bosskurr. Now, after that sort of trait, they lose one member. and they felt, hey, maybe this is not worth it.
No, but whether it's worth it or not, it's the fact that it is able to get the kill. The crucial thing for Team Notorious Villains right now is not about winning a major team fight or anything. It's mainly survival building after every clash. And literally, SYNO was going to be committing that Divine Judgment, and able to secure a kill on ZARAKI basically without hurting any of themselves at all. This is pretty much what you want to go for, because right now they're healthy enough to defend themselves against this Lord, but they need to try their best as well, because right now a lot of the members are actually going to be harassed from a distance here, especially as SAKURAAA currently trying to prevent as much as possible. KAIZERJIN on the other side though, going to be shredding, will be cutting Earl down the sides here. Jesus Christ. And now SAKURAAA is trying to look for even more, while Sally were not able to connect that first kill.
And from the bomb side, it seems like they haven't been able to actually crack things up in the open, but yeah, a couple of bites, a couple of pushes. Seems like they will need another Lord to do just that, because for the side of Notorious Villains, they are already in a turtle mode where, you know, they can easily cover up mid lane, bot lane, as well as top lane. But here comes a little bit of the pistol arrow, but can KOLIA actually go in for the catch? No, seems like it is going to be a really tough order, as you will be locked down there with nowhere to move.
Dude, I just love the risk that every time that Scott is willing to take, right? He knows that, all right, you know what, there might be a chance I might get caught instead of my whole team, but that's totally fine, because I just really want to try to set things up for my team. I'm willing to take that risk. He pushes forward, and instantly the KOLIA was able to lock down KOLIA once again. That's going to be his third death in this entire game here, and possibly he will not be here in time before that mid lane tower goes down.
Yeah, and speaking of mid lane tower here, it seems like it just poofed. Magic! Here we go. Another pause. Yeah, I mean, my magic was not to pause the game, but
your magic's too strong, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm saying that the turret was gone in the blink of an eye, but over the top side, I do expect Bosskurr here alongside with KAIZERJIN and everyone else to be able to actually clear things off up there. So far, you know, the situation doesn't really look great for the side of Envy. After having this sort of the plague of issues coming in as well, pause after pause after pause, it can be a momentum breaker for either side, either Bosskurr or anything. But I'm glad they're going to be resuming the game. But here comes the flicker coming in from the side of KOLIA as he tries to connect that fatal links, but instantly he gets punished instead by the Kufra as they dive right in. They want to end the game right here, right now. They are tired of waiting, and they're trying to burn those down. LEIXIA almost actually get that sort of kill, but you know, he doesn't really have depth, so now they're up. Now there's going to be a little bit of that Rondo being pressured over the side of Prince. But we've already got 2 towers, and they are satisfied with that.
Yep. And the thing is, the ability to bring out those 2 towers, but anyway, before I stretch out at that point as well, KAIZERJIN to be a little bit quite aggressive as he tries to hold on and try to bait as much as possible, because Scott is ready to go at any time. He's ready to send out the dog to actually try to hunt down the enemy, but sadly, it's not going to be enough. They're not going to be falling for that bait, and they're just going to be casually trying to group up as much as possible. We see perfect match coming in. He spots one, gets a little bit down low, able to connect it as well on top of SAKURAAA, but SAKURAAA is not really what he really tries to go for. He really wants to try to grab as many people as possible, or at least one of the calls. But on the other hand, here, Sam was able to nicely pick up Scott, though, and drag him all the way back to the depths of hell. And that is going to be a nice, great pickup as well. Although they do have to commit, he had to commit his ultimate, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty much worth it. It's all about survival build at this point. They already lost 2 towers. They just need to slowly try to come back and get as much money, as much gold, as much EXP as possible to try to balance it out once the time to contest for this Lord.
Yeah, of course, both having their eyes fixated on this already. Sen's going to be moving in and out. Well, they tried to actually secure the little Wanderer and, of course, push the mid lane. I'm looking at possibilities here. They are looking to actually set up a sort of a split push over the top side, where both Uranus as well as Cho could actually drive right in, if in the case Envy wants to attempt for that Lord. But looks like KAIZERJIN is going to be pulled all the way back. 4-man commitment for 1, still very much worth it. But as for Team Bosskurr, they are already taking down the Lord right here. So are they too late? Let's find out as we see KOLIA slowly marching right in. They really want to turn things around. Can they actually steal it off though? It might just be a big turnaround, and it seems like, oh my goodness, Notorious Villains will be able to actually snatch that one away as Bosskurr members are falling really low. LEIXIA is going to be the next one to fall. A big shutdown goal going in favor of the side of EARLS. And we are looking at Bruno here hitting Godlike, Prince, unkillable, and this is going to be a big problem for Team Bosskurr.
Definitely for sure, because right now, not only because they survived, they held on long enough, and finally not just long enough, they also held on strong enough for this one moment they managed to get for themselves here. They got the Lord. They're going to be trying to commit towards this bottom lane because the mid lane and the top tower, there's just too many towers in the way. They are trying to hope to see whether this Lord is able to split push this lane and trying to get as much towers as possible. Try to divert the attention. Try to force more members of Team Bosskurr to actually split themselves away from each other, at least that way they can capitalize and try to catch even more members. Because right now, XIAN has his flicker, he has his divine punishment as well. He's getting ready to jump in to catch anyone at any time. But KAIZERJIN, on the other hand, trying to see whether he can try to force him out with the divine punishment.
Yeah.
Actually, won't be able to get him as well. And XIAN was able to catch him. Falling on the middle lane as well with 2 men catching him on. But sadly, SAKURAAA is going to be falling in with the Tyrants of Red as well, holding them back as long as possible. A lot of damage coming out as well. But LEIXIA will be falling out. But the Joe coming up. But ZARAKI, with the amount of damage, was able to do quite enough to get rid of XIAN. But Prince will be able to trade him off. But on the other hand, we can see Lord still pushing down, although quite low. It should be enough to actually try to get this tower.
Oh, this is looking pretty tough for the side of Bosskurr. They are actually trying to sacrifice their lives for this one. SAKURAAA going in with a bouncing ball. They are looking for a beautiful title range, but this will be a fatal links by KOLIA, bringing them back. And suddenly, the tides have turned. And with the great advantages being covered coming from the side of KOLIA, and they will actually change the way of how things are going to go. We're looking at 1-0. Notorious villains bounce back into action.
Dude, this is exactly what I've been telling you.